Kimito Kagurazaka, a secondary school student, is seized and kept at Seikain School for girls by very strong men. He finds the school is a well-maintained secret foundation for the daughters of very powerful families, from head maid Miyuki Kojo. However, numerous of their students become antisocial shut-ins following graduation, due to being cut off from the realities of the outside world. To address this, Kimito has been picked as the school's most memorable gay male student, known as Player Test. There is, however, an issue. Kimito isn't just not being gay, he also has a fetish for women's thighs. Therefore, Kimito must either mask himself as a gay man with a muscle fixation or face the rage of head maid Miyuki and her monstrous scissors to safeguard the female student's virtue. Kimito enters the school. He meets Reiko Arisugawa in the classroom, an extremely well-liked pupil, and Ika Tenkubashi, an incredibly ignorant student with whom he forms an antisocial bond. In the main plebeians club, Kimito is abruptly awoken by Miyuki, who claims her desire that he had never awakened. A significant number of the young ladies in his group are amazed by his regular propensities, which include phones, handheld games, abilities in sports, and common foods like Kimito's ability to waltz with ramen. Reiko is impressed without humiliating himself at a welcome party in his honor. Ika is introduced to manga for the first time and succumbs to Kimito's trick, accepting she can freeze time, during which she streaks as well as nearly kisses Kimito. Later, after a mischievous occurrence in the shower, Reiko reaches the resolution that she should now wed Kimito, which he finds surprising. Kimito's charming discovery is that guardians were tricked into permitting him to go to Seikain. Later, he runs into Akiroshi Odome, a student who looks young, who writes while stripping down. After an accident, scientific notes on a statue, and ramen dinner in his room, Hakuwa starts to strip again, giving Ika the wrong impression. Kimito returns Hakuwa to her lab, where he finds that she is both extremely talented and his age. Also, she has become extremely drawn to him, much to the enjoyment of her housekeepers. In martial arts with Kimito and katana craftsman Karen Jinria, who was crushed in a Kimito's naked duel, she claims she made a mistake until she gave her allegiance to him as his slave. She gains the solidarity to kill him. She is a member of the Commoners Club, where she turns out to be peculiarly inspired by Hakuwa and the idea of Kimito selfies. Kimito turns down Ryuko's invitation to a tea party in her room since he already has plans with Aika, causing Reiko later to shout at her companions in a strange way, which aggravates them. In the meantime, Kimito helps Aika in putting together an analyst's party so that they can meet new individuals. Hakuwa contributes by distributing free cell phones that she helped design, so that everybody in the class can message each other. However, when Igud learns of Reiko's situation, she subtly permits her to have the gathering to make changes to her companions. This, however, irritates Reiko, who raises the issue with Ika. Her, Reiko, and Hakuwa's antisocial behavior are now full members of the Socialist Club. When Miyuki finds 4 young ladies in Kimito's room, she's not impressed, and Kimito must act rapidly to avoid the giant scissors. Kimito's cherished companion, narrow-minded child idol Iri Hain, who lied about Kimito's sexual inclinations in the first place, is furious and puzzled about where Kimito has gone. When Kimito awakens, he finds Hakuwa in his bed, exposed. She teaches him, while stripping again, how to make potato cakes while jotting notes on the wall. Kimito, after playing a game of Aqua, returns to her lab. In conundrums, she is shockingly terrible. Additionally, Hakuwa is ashamed when Kimito notices that she carries a plushie of him in bed. In the meantime, different young ladies and perspectives of Hakuwa's closeness to Kimito attempt to get closer to her so she'll spend less time with him in order to assist their students in adjusting to normal person life. Seikain takes them to Shomin, a specifically designed plebeian city road, complete with shops and cafes, where the young ladies can learn things like crossing the road and making a counterorder for food. Despite the fact that Kimito observes many imperfections in the phony setting, he uses it as a chance for Ika to gain prevalence elsewhere in the world. Hakuwa is frustrated to discover that Kimito has gone on the excursion and cannot spend the day with her. Ika has become extremely well-liked on the school trip because of her insight into ordinary person culture. On the other hand, she convinces Karen to try on some noteworthy garments she secretly loves. After finding she is secretly terrified by his combat abilities, Karen is shocked when she learns that she is attractive to Kimito, as Ryuko and Ika become closer friends. Miyuki awakens Kimito again the following day, wishing he hadn't awakened. Kimito goes to an outdoor shower just to find that Ika and her new companions are too. Kimito is forced to be interested in bathing to hide submerged in a humiliating area for Aika. When Aika finds that Kimito is almost suffocated, she frantically utilizes the kiss of life, causing talk that they're both dating, which Karen abhors. It gets Seikain. It's uncovered that head housekeeper Miyuki has been kissing Kimito each morning to get him out of bed, which is why she wishes he'd stay unconscious. Kimito demonstrates to Ika how to perform a fortune-telling game on his telephone. The young ladies are now addicted to these games, and they are all competing to see who might be the most suitable to wed Kimito in the future. Karen and Kimito's relationship is perfect, rating a lot shockingly. Yet again, the following day, Miyuki stimulates Kimito. Karen invites Kimito into a room under the pretense of fixing a shirt she has intentionally damaged. Karen transforms into the noteworthy garments Kimito had praised. When she enters the room, as the two grow closer, the others become dubious, leading Karen and Kimito to conceal in the wardrobe where Karen's thighs are getting closer to Kimito than he ever imagined. They are rapidly discovered, but Kimito stumbles to think of a clarification. Kimito acquaints the young ladies with the concept of a housekeeper bistro, which confuses the young ladies who are accustomed to being surrounded by servants consistently. They attempt to serve him as the customer in the cafe until Reiko tries to sing. It looks like a success. Hakuwa, discouraged over her low similarity rating with Kimito, makes him feel like spending the day with her so they can get to know each other better, to the delight of her friends. Despite the fact that their plans with Miyuki come to a dramatic end, other maids are happy to have brought Kimito and Hakuwa closer together. Kimito's endeavor to play a practical joke on the guileless Ika results in another craze spreading across the school as a whole, which could last as long as 10 years because of the students' absence of access to mainstream society. Later, Reiko picks up Kimito's conversation with one of his phone friends, and she deduces that Kimito misses having the option to socialize with other men and possibly make an effort to flee Seikain in order to stop him. As a result, the girls decide to behave more masculine. Kimito assures them that he had no intention of leaving, he simply misses Reiko, one of his former classmates. Kimito takes pleasure in the moment together. Later, both Ryoko and Kimito are called to a gathering with Ryoka's mother, Hoko, and sibling Masayomi, who is discovered to have a significant sister complex, as well as areas of strength for Reiko's closeness to Kimito. Reiko's mom tells her that she has made arrangements for her to marry one of her son's business partners and that she should leave Seikain immediately to meet with her future spouse. Kimito and the young ladies are crushed by the news. However, they feel unable to intervene. They do, but locate Reiko's brother, an ally who clearly does not wish for Reiko to wed, and he arranges for them to be pirated out of the Foundation grounds in his vehicle to stop the gathering. Kimito, Karen, Ika, Hakuwa, and Masayomi show up at the heavily watched gathering area. Karen manages the front doors and watches immediately, while Masayomi competes using his Takamiya martial arts. Hakuwa hacks the security system. Ika goes, and Kimito, with Hakuwa inside, asks Reiko's mom to reschedule the gathering. Reiko is inspired by Kimito's words and will not wed, despite the fact that she'll be repudiated by her family and will not be able to attend Seikain. The union is ended. Additionally, Reiko is permitted to attend Seikain, as Kimito guarantees that he will care for her. Rather, Kimito's commitment is interpreted as a marriage proposal, and he's now got Reiko as his wife. They can wed after Reiko's mother agrees to it, as long as she is able to enrich his life, living in hell until he separates from her. Back at Seikain, Kimito apologizes for the misunderstanding, and typical club activities continue while Kimito's room degenerates into confusion again. And that is the finish of the video. As usual, if you liked what you saw, follow the channel. I'll transfer a great deal of videos similar to this, so I hope to see you in the next one.